Well, during the last year, African artists seem to work with an endless supply of inspiration and a penchant for the unique.
Now, from photographers and painters to musicians and sculptors, they entertained, informed, and delighted the art world. Viewers Carolyn Turner has this retrospective.
The old home of Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti is now the Kalakuta Museum, renovated to display some of his humble possessions, which today would make rare collector's items for his fans. When he was alive, Fela electrified Nigerians and music lovers the world over. His bedroom remains as it was when he died of HIV/AIDS in 1997. Shoes, colorful underpants, often they were all he wore. His electric keyboard has been mounted.
Nigeria is too small for me, so I want to take Africa along in this dream of Marcus Garvey, Lumumba, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Kwame Nkrumah, and my father. Great men like this, they stood for Africa, not their individual countries.
After traveling for months through France, MUMO, the Mobile Museum of Contemporary Art, finally landed at the Aqua School in the heart of Cameroon's largest city, Douala. With 3 large containers mounted on a big truck, the MUMO is not your average museum. Packed with brightly colored art and interactive displays, it's a museum tailored to capture the imagination of children.
MUMO will allow these kids to dream, to think they can do anything beyond what they are used to, and that they also have the potential to create art.
For some, the visit has evoked some strong emotions and a connection to art through paintings, sculptures, and video demonstrations.
I was happy to see the museum, and I found it very informative.
B. Kaduda, Zanzibar's barefooted ambassador of traditional East African music, was one of the acts that drew an estimated 5,000 fans to the Sauti za Busara Music Festival this year. Meaning Voices of Wisdom in Swahili, Sauti za Busara headlined 400 African artists.
I must say it's been amazing, and from the numbers at every given time, we have people like 5,000 walking in and out.
The 5-day festival featured acts from all over Africa and the diaspora, including Nigerian German artist Nyeka, a hip-hop soul singer and songwriter whose music was described by fans as emotionally raw and full of power, tenderness, and compassion. It takes a moment to realize that the sculpture of a pregnant female form is constructed from tens of thousands of used bullet casings. Freddie Zimba fashions his works from the objects that mean most to him, often those found lying around his home country of Democratic Republic of Congo. Given Congo's past conflicts which killed millions, the 44-year-old artist has found no shortage of materials for inspiration. Zimba has experienced the trauma of war, having lost a brother. He combs all battlefields for relics of conflict, then returns to his studio to create what he sees as works of optimism.
I say that Congo is like a pregnant woman who's made up of bullet casings. But who will give birth to a child? That child may be a child of abuse, but when this child arrives, we'll give him a life.
His works have been displayed in Europe, the United States, and Canada. Admirers see him as part of a new generation of Congolese artists producing modern, challenging works. South Sudan celebrated its first year of independence with Shakespeare's play, Cymbeline, translated into the native tongue of Juba Arabic. Earlier this year, the actors staged their performance in London's Globe Theatre. Later, they returned to Juba to showcase the play.
Independence won't be a full independence without actually the freedom of economy, that we have to control our economy, we have to control our political history, and then we have to control our cultural identity.
After a successful showing at the Dakar 2012 Biennial, Senegalese photographer Omar Victor Diop went back to his studio to develop his latest collection, 2012 Future of Beautiful. His model is wrapped in a white nylon sack, clumsily stapled into shape. This outfit is part of an environmental theme Diop has been exploring with models outfits made of what would be waste.
This photographic projection is fiction, meaning that it's set in the future. That's why the project is named Future of Beautiful. It takes place in 10 years. How will people dress? Will the collective consciousness shift towards ecology, meaning? Will people start thinking about wearing clothes made of recycled material?
Michelle de Prince knew she wanted to be a ballerina before she had ever even seen one dance. Born in Sierra Leone and orphaned by a civil war when she was just 3 years old, Michelle had never seen a performance. When she discovered a magazine with a picture of an American ballerina gracefully posing on her toes, she made up her mind she would one day learn ballet. Michelle recently performed her first full professional ballet at the Nelson Mandela Theater in Johannesburg this year. At the age of 17, she is realizing her dream and becoming an inspiration for young black girls in the United States, where she grew up after she was adopted by an American family. Michelle recently graduated from the American Ballet Theater's Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School in New York City and is set to work at the Dance Theater of Harlem.
I want to become a professional ballet dancer in a professional company. I want to change the way people see black ballerinas. I want to change the way they think about them. I want to change the way they see them. Because whenever I perform, the audience seems to enjoy my performance.
Michelle says she channels her emotions through her body when she is dancing. Carolyn Turner, VOA News.